Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'll be offering my commentary right after this quick clip. Peace.
How do I know when I love someone? I know I love someone when my pain and my trauma doesn't trump the love in my heart, meaning that I surrender to my vulnerability instead of to my ego. I surrender to the things that create more connectedness than separation. And it really is about laying the ego aside, because love cannot be created where the ego exists. And sometimes it makes you feel soft. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're being taken advantage of, and all that stuff that the ego, will spill into your mind. But the truth of the matter is that part of learning how to love is learning how to lay the ego down. So when my ego gets laid down, that's when I know I love.
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. And we just finished listening to Miss Pinkett Smith. Beautiful word. I'm gonna play a clip of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talking about the ego and how it affects our relationships. And I'm just gonna lift up a scripture real fast from 1 Corinthians 13, 5 and 6. And it's such a beautiful scripture. Take that back, 13, 4, 5 and 6. And it goes like this. And it's one most people have heard before. It's a pretty popular verse. And it says that love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. So, it's something about the ego, man. It's something that all of us have to continue to work on, especially when, we think we're right about a certain thing. And being able to listen to other people, even though we deem ourselves as right, and you may even be right. But just learning how to listen and hear things about ourselves and different criticisms and critique is vital to growth. Right? Because even though you might be right, there still might be some degree of truth in what the other person is saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the clip of the minister talking about the ego, killing the ego. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing out. Peace.
But you can't see God in your brother or in your sister if you're too proud. You will overlook God in simple things, in small places. The Quran, which is the book of scripture of the Muslims, says that the servants of the beneficent are they who walk on the earth in humility. And when the ignorant address them, they say, peace. Humility is the quality or condition of being humble, not proud or arrogant, but modest and courteously respectful. It means to lower in importance, to be submissive, unpretending, unassuming. Do you know why we have problems with each other? We have problems because we assume we are more than what we are, and when others don't see us as we see ourselves, we get offended. Paul says in the New Testament, we should not think more of ourselves than we should. I love that. because should is the conditional tense. The mayor is here. That's a condition. He should think of himself in accord with who and what he is and what he is able to do under that circumstance, in that condition, understanding all of the realities. But to assume because I am this, that I am more than this, then when someone does not treat me as I think they should or speak to me as they ought to do, you see, because I'm not just so-and-so, I'm really God, you know. I'm really God. We get so carried away with fame, with fortune, with Mr. So-and-so. Hi, how are you? We like making grand entrances into rooms. Did you see me? Did you notice? Here I am. Well, the world has seen fools like this before. And if we're not careful, the world will see fools like this no more. The stars have been looking down on fools like this for generations. The stars are still in their place, the fool is gone. The mountain's still in its place, but the fool is gone. It's something that we need to learn about the principle of humility. I'm going to say it real quick. If we are proud, proudness is an impediment to listening or hearing. By what authority do you speak? You mean, what college did I graduate from? Oh, I don't have a degree. You mean, Farrakhan, you? No, I don't have that. Sorry. You mean you're not BS? No, I'm not that. You're not MA? I didn't mean it like that.
Well, the wise men of yesterday, what did they come into this life any different from you? They didn't. Did Jesus and Moses and the kings and the prophets come into birth any different than you? Did their mother carry them in the womb for 9 months with fainting and pain and bring them forth? Yes, ain't nothing new. They saw clouds, you see clouds. They saw sun, moon, and star. You look up and see the same thing that people have been looking at for millions of years. They are gone, but the sun is here. Why is there no permanence for us? Elijah Muhammad teaching us how to eat to live. But he can't keep death away from us. Well, I'm going to eat one meal every week. Well, my intention is to stay here. Oh, very good, very good. Stay as long as you can. But nobody can outrun death. The Quran says death will overtake you wherever you are, in the highest mountain, deep in a valley. Go in a cave and shut yourself off, you see, thinking that you run away from disease and death. But no matter where you go, death will find you. So the end of life is for all of us to experience. So if you want to check it out, go out to a cemetery and look at names engraved in stone, because that's the only way they have any remembrance beyond their time. Oh, look, this is Mr. Worthington right here, yeah. Who was he? I don't know. Go ask his children. They remembered him, but the further you get away from the parent, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, they don't remember you. Hell, some of your children don't remember you. So life is to be lived. That's your portion. Your portion under the sun is the life that you got and what you do with it, because when death overtakes you, who the heck is going to remember you? Solomon said, you know, it was a little town and there were a few people in it, and a king came and besieged the town. And there was a poor wise man in the town, and he delivered the town and died, and don't nobody remember him. How many of you really think you're going to be remembered? And ask yourself, how many do you remember? You have friends and family that was real close to us. When they die, life goes on. You bury your homies, you bury your partners, you bury your wives and children and husbands, but life goes on. In a few days, you laugh again, you cry again, and every now and then you remember even those that were the closest to you, like mama and dad, grandma, that did so much for you, but you go on with your life. And then you sit down someday and you see a picture. Oh yeah, that's my grandmama. Man, she was great. Did you think that time was not going to touch us? So what are you doing with your time? See, you got to understand the value and purpose of life. Now, all that you got, God gives each of us the ability to reproduce. The horse that was there 1,000 years ago is here today because God gave the horse reproductive organs. You have reproductive organs. That's the only way you're going to stay around. Hey, that's my son. That's my grandson. That's you going on in an age that you won't live to see. Think about that. You come here, you don't want no children. Fine. When you die, that's the end of you. Your line is finished. And some of you making babies don't even know where your babies are, haven't looked after them, haven't considered that what you're doing is preparing either death or life for your future. If you and I want to be servants of God and humanity at the highest level, a title can't give it to us. No amount of ego gratification can give it to us. But the thing that will give us that quality at the highest level of service is, and it demands of us, the purification of the heart.